Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano are going to fight in a UFC style battle on Netflix May 16th. Gina Carano, obviously most notable, I would say notable for her UFC career, but obviously in the culture space was fired by Disney, went to war with Disney, and ultimately settled with Disney, which we've kind of talked about that when that happened. I felt that she always said she was not going to settle, ended up settling, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. But now she's returning to the ring at the age of 42 years old to fight Ronda Rousey. Any interest in this fight?
Yes.
Nope.
Phoenix, why are you interested in the Rousey-Carano fight?
Well, I do, as far as sports go, I actually do like UFC, boxing, things like that. And I actually think, while this is a total, I think this is going to be a shit show fight because, you know, especially in fighting, when you get rich and famous, your heart isn't in it anymore, and you kind of will always get beat by someone who really wants it. So considering that both of them kind of already made it, I think it's going to be a pretty terrible match, but I think it's a great thing for the sport, and I think it's going to get a lot of eyes, and I think that Ronda's going to win. I think it's going to be a pretty easy victory for her.
You think Ronda's going to win?
I do.
Over Carano? Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Yep.
I think she's going to dominate her. Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah. Now, this is not a UFC fight. This is being put on by the Paul brothers and the MVP Productions. So that's, you know, once again, you got an alternative. I'm all about the alternatives. And I know that people have their feelings about the Paul brothers and Jake Paul and all this stuff. Dude, they see an opportunity. They're going after it. I really, like, you can say they're jerks or whatever, but they're doing it, man. They're doing it. And this is the second day in a row we've talked about a Jake Paul product. Yesterday we talked about the Pokemon thing, and today we're talking about this fight. So good for them. Straub, do you have any interest in watching Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano on Netflix?
No, I never even really watched fighting or anything like that growing up. I know Rev, like he did, and his family did a bit. So I've seen a couple of things like with them over the last few years, but I don't know. No.
You know, I wonder when the last Blabs, see if you can find Gina Carano's last fight in the UFC. I think legitimately the last fight she had was in 2009. So getting out, like you think about that.
It says 2009.
Oof.
And I always get this mixed up with like wrestling. So this is like real fighting, correct?
Yeah,
like it's
this
not
is real fighting. Yes.
This is not like the fake where you like
No.
pretend. Okay.
Now, Ronda Rousey did compete in WWE. She was a performer in WWE, won the championship, I think 3 times. And, you know, it was, you know, it's all storylines in WWE, but I think she was there for 4 years, but she left kind of in a bad place. I think she kind of talked a lot of S about WWE after she left, if I recall correctly. But there we go. Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. Chat, who do you have? I would love to hear what you guys think about this when it comes to this. Blabs, will you actually put that in the chat? Make that a poll, please. Who will win the fight? Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. Right there.
Okay.
Thank you. Blabs, you said 2009 was the last fight for for Gina Carano? Well, someone who's fought more recently than Gina Carano, oddly enough, was Mike Tyson. And they've also announced Mike Tyson is returning to the ring.
Why?
I know. Against Floyd Mayweather Jr., where there will be an exhibition fight in Congo, April 25th. Mike Tyson versus Floyd Mayweather, which this will be an absolute S show.
Yeah.
Not looking forward to this one at all. But you know what?
Floyd is the winner, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Floyd would murder him.
Yeah,
yes. Yeah. I mean, I would thought, like, Mike Tyson, the hype videos leading up to his last fight against, was it Jake Paul or whoever it was?
Jake, yep.
Yeah. He looked awesome. But man, oh man, as that fight went on, he looked every bit of his age. You know, at a certain point, you just can't move.
Well, he's got like back problem. He's got like a fused. I don't quote me, but I think he's got like a fused spine or some shit. Like the man's broken down. He was amazing in his prime, obviously, But let the man have his retirement.
Well, I think the thing about him is if he wants to fight, let him, right? But here's the thing about it. He's 59 years old.
Yes.
Like, I don't want to see a 59-year-old person fight. I just don't, like, I want to see Mike Tyson when he's 21 fighting. I don't want to see 59-year-old Mike Tyson fight. You know, when people think when people think of Mike Tyson, they think Mike Tyson punch out, right? They think of him knocking people out in the first round. They think of him when he was 18, 19, 20 years old. They don't think of 59. It's been 40 years since he has been dominant. Like, put that in perspective. That's crazy. And I understand it's an exhibition. And Floyd Mayweather will, you know, he's such a pro. And Floyd Mayweather is like 40 something as well. Like, Floyd Mayweather was such a tactician that he was so good at not being hit is what made him so special. And then his fights were boring. Extremely boring, but they were effective. He was the quintessential boring but effective fighter. If you're looking for knockouts, he took advantage of the point system better than anybody in the history of boxing. Phoenix, you know yourself a little bit of boxing, huh?
Yeah. I do happen to love the fighting sports. I love them, actually. Yeah, because what I love about fighting as a sport is that there's a very clear winner. If they're on the mat, you won. You know, and it's not like you play football. It's like really against two great teams. Really, on a Wednesday, one team is going to win. On a Thursday, the other team. But when you are a better fighter, that person's on the mat, and that's what I love about that sport.
So Floyd Mayweather last competed professionally in 2017, right? He is now 48 years old. So by the time, and he'll be 49 when this fight happens. So this will be a 59-year-old versus a 49-year-old fighting. And you talk about like nostalgia bait, man. That's what you got here. Look, people are going to watch it because of the names, but it's also one of those things where you hope somebody doesn't have a heart attack or a stroke.
Bingo.
What's happening? Right?
What I would love to personally see is you get like all the official boxing records, you feed that into AI, and then I'd love to see these fighters in their prime fighting each other, and watching that would be amazing. That would be a really fun thing to watch.
That you want to do the Rocky Balboa thing, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Nice. I think that'll happen sooner than later with AI. I'm positive that'll definitely happen. So, hello, I'm Craig. Hit the subscribe button.